My name is Fraser.
My name is Mark.
And we are the hosts of the geekiest show alive. To the outside world, we're ordinary geeks.
But in the Fab International Studios, we talk comics and find other geeks just like us. This is Geek of the Week.
Binge it. Or bin it.
Nice!
Yeah!
I approve of this. Well done, Fraser. I like it.
I'm gonna keep that. I should when it's when we get the footage, the audio back. I'm gonna snip that because I don't think I can do it perfect like that.
That was well good.
It'll definitely go.
Let me explain binge it or bin it. Essentially,
very similar to Polar Pass.
Yeah, it is. You watch the first episode of a TV series based on a comic book, and just on the first episode alone, you decide whether or not you want to binge it, as in watch it all as quickly as you can, or bin it. Say, well, I gave it a go, and I don't
it's
like
not for me. It's one of them as well. The term binge it will be different for each thing, because there are some that have like 10 seasons of stuff. There's some stuff that's only had one season, or it gets cancelled after a while. So
yeah.
Sometimes it might be like binge it, where it's like, okay, you'll binge the first season, or
yeah.
I'm going to binge it all. Like I want it all. So it's
got a nice little acronym as well. B.O.B.
Exactly. Yeah.
B.O.B.
Exactly. And
well, we're so far ahead.
We're well prepared.
We decided what we were going to do was Fraser would recommend something I hadn't watched.
Yeah.
I'd recommend something that Fraser hadn't watched, and we'd watch something together that neither of us had watched. So Fraser gave me The Flash, which we're going to talk about at some other point.
Yeah.
I gave Fraser Blade the series, which we'll talk about at another point.
Yeah.
But today we're going to talk about the one that neither of us had seen. We both read the comic book. I put it on trade off a while ago. But we're going to talk about Outcast.
And that's, it was Amazon, I think it was, or something like that.
I actually had it on DVD.
On DVD as well, yeah.
Did you remember them?
Yeah. Oh, we're not that far past DVDs, are we? I hope not, anyway.
Your very clever jingle for Binge It or Bin It included the Netflix noise, Fraser.
But I thought it was a very fitting...
It was clever, but it was very indicative of the times that we live in.
Very, very true. It's a binging era, and I think that's why we sort of wanted to do this show.
I love a binge.
We binged the book. We binged the book in a trade form. We didn't read it like issue by issue, which you would, interpret as watching episode by episode. So, with that in mind, like reading the volume 1 as one whole thing, I would just to put it a preference at the top. My thought process with this was, well, that's how I digested the book, so that's probably how I'm going to digest the TV series.
Yeah.
And the first episode, again, it had a lot of similarities. This could be a comics compared almost. It had a lot of similarities with the book, but there was a lot more darker stuff in the book, and it might be because you visually saw it and like you heard the sounds associated with it. Like there was one bit, I'm glad we didn't record this because I screamed like a...
Yeah, he did.
When like the kid just headbutted a bug, I was like, oh my... I'm glad that wasn't recorded for all to see.
We might do reactions.
Mark's probably going to start having like a secret hidden camera whenever we see this stuff.
That's creepy. I'm not going to do that. I will film you with your permission, but I'm not going to film you without.
Oh, that's good. That's good to know. But yeah, again, like the book, it was very dark in tone.
Yeah,
we still got Kyle Barnes' character sort of there was that development there, sort of like his past, and it wasn't that thing in the first episode where I was reliant so much on the comic book knowledge. It was it introduced it itself, which I thought was good. Do you want to get some of your thoughts?
Well, your comparison to the comic is an interesting one. I wrote down one word, which I think is a perfect way to describe the comic and a perfect way to describe the TV series. I wrote down the word grubby.
Yeah.
Don't you think grubby is not lovely, but it's a really apt way to describe the vibe, the constantly tense, nasty, dirty vibe of both the book and the TV series.
It's visually represented in both, like the visual representation in both.
And I like how they got it across in the TV series.
Yeah. There's a good translation onto it, and I think that's what lends itself. Stuff like this lends itself well to being TV adaptations, is getting that. And I think because it was it was potentially an Amazon Studios production, you can get that, that gritty sort of like, not low budget, but almost more like horror based sort of look and aesthetic.
I thought it did a very, very good job of portraying broken and decayed people in a broken and decayed world. Grubby. Yeah. Just nice, down, dirty.
Love a bit of grub.
Yeah,
grubby.
Down and dirty, unashamedly icky world with just unfathomable horrors in it. But it didn't go too far either. It just got it nicely... Nicely nasty.
Nicely nasty.
Yeah.
What were your opinions on the actors playing the characters you'd seen in the book?
I did feel like Philip Glenister was a little bit more attractive than I expected that character to be. Philip Glenister's, he's in his 50s maybe, but he's a hot older guy, and that's not the depiction you got in the comic book. You got a fat, nasty. I just reading the comic books, I expected him to smell a bit sweaty and just an unpleasant,
like a 4D sort of thing. Just watching the show, you're like,
Philip Glenister is much more attractive than that, but he's a great actor, and I was really pleased with that casting when I read it. However, it took me a while to get used to Philip Glenister with an American accent as well.
Yeah,
because he's so British to me.
I love the. It's either on Life on Mars or
Ashes to Ashes.
Ashes to Ashes. One. I think it is Life on Mars, where it's like 1979, dinner time. I'm having oops, and it's one of those random quotes I just like to hear every now and then. But it's always whenever I see him, that's the thing I picture in my head. So I was like, "Oh, is he going to say it?" And he's like, "Of course, he's not going to say it."
He's not going to say, "I'm having hoops."
I'm having Outcast.
But it was.
It was weird seeing him with an American accent. But you know what? Good American accent.
It was a casting I was pleased about. Then when I watched it, I was a little bit kind of 50-50, but as I got towards the end of the episode, I got used to him as this American. So I went on a journey with Philip Glenister.
Yeah,
I did. It was a full journey of love. Ooh, do I love? Oh, love.
Yeah, love. It always comes back. It's always full circle.
Yeah, a bit of Philip Glenister. So he was brilliant.
Yeah. Are you interested to see where it goes on further in the series? I wonder if it's going to be just the first volume or if they're going to touch on more.
Well, what I'm interested in is obviously The Walking Dead is written by
Robert Kirkman.
So
and he's on this as well.
So is Outcast. And they deliberately change storylines, twist things around, kill people off, don't cut people's hands off in The Walking Dead to keep you guessing. It keeps almost like a parallel, but you can't fully predict. Like the Negan thing, where you expected a certain character to die and he didn't. Yeah, exactly. It was, that. I want them to do that with Outcast.
Keep you on your toes. Yeah,
I want them to keep me on my toes because I like that about the Walking Dead TV series. So yes, that's what I'm hoping with this series. And with Robert Kirkman on board, I suspect he knows his formula works. He will do that. So you'll see the difference in the parallels between Outcast book and Outcast TV show, which I'm really excited about.
Such a busy boy, isn't he? I mean, he's got all these adaptations coming out. Obviously, The Walking Dead's continuing going on. He's got Outcast. He's got Invincible. And it is one of them where, like, the thing is with The Walking Dead, the first couple of seasons, they based it off a few volumes, but then the more and more they went on, they spanned through a lot of volumes, so it caused the TV show to catch up. And it just got Robert Kirkman like, I've got to write more and more. And I feel for him. I mean, obviously, it's, you get
money with the side salad of money.
You're getting money. And
I don't feel sorry for Robert
and you get to express your story more, but there is that sort of thing like, is he going to be forced to rush it or whatever? Like, because I think he's had to focus a lot more on writing The Walking Dead now, like comics, just to sort of be like, all right, the TV series, I've got to catch up here. So I'm hoping that it's one of them where, like, this show gives him a bit of breathing space just to be like, okay, here's some of the stories or whatever. And it could be one of them, like The Walking Dead has managed to steer itself a long way, so it'd be interesting to see where this goes. And with this in mind, it's probably been obvious with everything I've said so far, I'm down to binge it.
Yeah, me too.
Especially just the first season for now, I'd reckon.
I think...
I don't want it all.
when we started watching the 3 that we chose, we hadn't decided if we were going to binge it on our own or if we both kind of decided to binge, whether we watch it together. And one of my favourite things in all the world. I love horror and I love watching horror. There's only one thing I love more than watching horror. And that's watching horror with you, Fraser. You are so just amazing. Your fraidy catness is adorable, and I'm definitely going to binge this, but I want to watch it with you. I'm going to enjoy you as much as I'm going to enjoy the series.
I think I'm going to need to watch it with you or with someone because it's just. It's scary, man. I had to watch Sabrina with someone, and then the last couple of episodes on my own, and definitely preferred watching it with someone.
Horror is something that should be shared. It's definitely a shared experience, horror. Whereas a lot of other genres,
but for you, it won't be shared horror; it'll be humour.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't detract from my enjoyment of the horror, from my scarediness. Okay. It's just I kind of find it reassuring that there's someone who's more fraidy cat than me.
So annoying.
You're adorable. You know that, right?
Yeah. But I do want to point out, if it's something, a serious crisis was to happen, I'd step up, maybe.
For real.
Don't know.
So you're going to watch it with me? I want to watch it.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Yeah, let's watch it together.
Of course, it's got to be binged together, isn't it? And it's
a dual binge.
It'll be interesting to see what kind of binge it is. If it's a big binge where you just watch a load at once, I'm pretty sure it's going to be a slow binge.
I'm not sure you're going to cope with more than one episode at a time.
I'm pretty sure it's going to be a slow binge, and we might have to intermediately put light-hearted stuff in between.
Yeah.
But if you guys have... guys, girls, geeks of all kind. I've stopped using that and I really like it. Guys, girls, geeks of all kind. I'm going to force it in more now. If you've checked out the show or checked out the book, what were your thoughts on it? Would you binge it or would you bin it? If you've actually watched the first season, what are your thoughts?
No spoilers.
Don't delve into spoilers just yet. We'll let you know when we're all caught up. But yeah, like we always say, Facebook discussion group, Twitter, YouTube comment section below. Let us know. And let us know what you think about this section as well, whether you enjoy it. And yeah, what you thought of the themes. And if you're Netflix, please don't copyright. It was lighthearted. And if you're another streaming site, I might be looking for you to get a soundbite. So if you've got one.
Wow.
Netflix seemed pretty sound about it. Be fine. Be fine. But let's binge it or bin it. The first one. Woo, with loads more to come.
To listen to Geek of the Week, be sure to tune in next week. Same geek time, same geek channel.
And if you want to follow us on social media, it's at GOTW Radio on Twitter. Search for Geek of the Week Radio Show on Facebook. And to listen again, it's www.mixcloud.com/Geek of the Week Radio Show.